This video concerns completing the annotated bibliography assignment for Film and Politics. It's really important to look for sources that will help you make your argument in your paper. So this is a necessary first step. You want to begin by finding appropriate sources for college level work. And so read the assignment instructions carefully. I do want to go over this quickly. A good idea is to go to the Purdue OWL website. It's like a handbook online, an English handbook online, where it discusses the appropriate types of sources. This is a college course, so you want to make sure you're using books and peer-reviewed articles. Things like dictionaries and encyclopedia and web pages are not appropriate materials to use in the college level research process, and so keep that in mind. So go to the web page that is mentioned in the assignment. So you'll need to provide 1 or 2 paragraphs at the very beginning of your paper here to explain your project. This is the place where you begin your annotated bibliography so that you can make sense of the sources that you're choosing. So you then want to make sure that each of your sources are correctly cited, and so we are going to use the APA citation method for this assignment because that is what is used in political science. Again, trusty English handbook is a good place to look for it. The librarians at Milne Library actually are a good source for citations, so if you're not entirely certain, you may want to contact them. And again, the Purdue OWL website is a good place. Any direct quotes inside your annotations must have quotation marks to indicate that they are not your words. You should use direct quotes judiciously in your annotated bib. Generally, you don't use something like that in an annotation because you want it concise and short. You need to identify the author's thesis and provide summary of the various elements of the argument contained in the article or book. This section for each citation should be 1 to 2 paragraphs long. It needs to be sufficient to demonstrate that you possess a thorough understanding of the claims and findings. And then the last paragraph for each citation is an explanation for how you're going to use this text in your project. How is that going to be helpful to you? Remember that you need to submit the bibliography in electronic form. Again, it has to be something that I can open up, so usually a DOC extension is really, really important. And I did provide an example here in the assignment of a properly cited source. You want to make sure that you learn that. I know that the political science majors should be masters of it at this point. There is a grading rubric here attached at the bottom of the assignment so you can see how the points are going to work out. I also will actually post an example of an annotated bibliography from a 200 level course. I used to have students do research projects. And this one is fairly well done, and so I would spend some time looking at it as an example of the kinds of things that we're looking at. Remember, we want to know the author's thesis, we want to know their findings, and we want to know their conclusions. That is the information that's going to be most important to you as you write your own. So if you have any questions, please contact me. And again, I'm willing to look at materials before you hand them in for a grade.